Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Tacoimposters for April 12th, 2022. Again, like I said last week, geez Louise, I can't believe it's already April 12th, or April whatever. April of 2022, that's crazy. I don't know if this camera, the audio is going to stay. I'm going to have to, because I have it on battery power, not on plugged in, so. Although, it has lasted pretty long before, so I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. So, yeah. I mean, again, don't know much to talk about, but I always figured something out. At least in my opinion. I always figure out something. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so, what was I saying? Oh, what was I going to say? I was going to say, oh yeah. So, this past Sunday, which would have been the 10th, I went to the Montreal Contemporary Art Museum. Ooh, that's leaking that water. Anyway, and I went to go see the Clyde Monet exhibition. Now look, it's not the worst. It's two rooms. It's one room that explains his life, like who he is, what he is, why Clyde Monet exhibition. The second room is a giant room. It's really cool. It's just a bunch of projectors, and it's basically just you walk into a giant room, probably 50 feet, 100 feet by 30 feet. Like it's humongous, enormous. And then it's just, you just project some of his paintings on there. Which, I mean, is cool, don't get me wrong. It's cool, don't get me wrong. But what I'm thinking is, it's not the greatest thing, to be honest with you. I mean, it's okay. My mom loved it. She was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I took a few 360 photos, so I'll show some of them on probably on Instagram. So if I remember to put a link in the description, I'll link to two things: my Instagram, and I'll link to my Kula page to show you my Kula, because Kula is Kuula. It's basically a 360 video, free 360 video website. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I mean, Clyde Monet. I mean, look, I don't think it's bad. I did not think it was worth $42 Canadian per person. Also, it was on the last day. It was on a hot, like a popular day. It was a Sunday. If I had gone on a cheaper day, it would have gotten cheaper. But look, what do I care? The rest of the museum is actually cooler than the Clyde stuff. Because, like, you can see how much of it's Clyde Monet stuff. Like, how much of it can I take? I looked at it and I went, okay, great, Ma. Like, now what? And she was like, this is the greatest thing. So much cooler than the other part of the museum. And I'm like, no, it's not. Calm your twitties, bro. No, it's not. No, it's not. But anyway, I mean, look. Do I care? Not really. I should really look at my time. I'm watching 3 different times on here. So we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes 06. 3 minutes 05. 3 minutes 08. 3 minutes 06. 3 minutes 15. Oh gosh, well, I'm like 2-3 seconds ahead. It doesn't matter, really. You just have to, like, line up the two. The clap. So, anyway. So I did that. Which, I mean, was fine enough. I love museums. I've said this so many times. You want a good date idea? Bring me to a museum. The way to my heart's through a museum. Not food, not technology, not cool cars. A museum. Bring me to a museum. Like, it's cool, man. It's actually the coolest. It's actually the coolest. Like, legit. Anyway, not saying it's the greatest thing, but it's legit. Anyway, like, I love the Museum of Fine Arts. I used to go to that as a child, and that's why I love it. I love the Science Museum. I love the History Museum, and the History Center, and Pointe Callière, and all that kind of. Oh my god, the museums in Ottawa are the best. There's the Natural History Museum. There's the Science, Technology. There's the Art. I've never been to it. I don't think. Oh god. There's the War Museum. Those are so cool. And then I went in Toronto. I've been to CN Tower. Is just a tower. It's really cool. It's one of the tallest buildings in the world. It's really cool. But the Ontario Science Center. Oh, so cool. I didn't go to the Ripley's Aquarium because I didn't have it at the time. Oh, here, there's other ones that are cool. Are Botanical Gardens, the Insectarium, the Planetarium, and then the Biodome is really cool. Oh, I haven't been to the that'll be. Oh, I want to go back to the Biosphere. That would be so cool. Go back to the Biosphere. Just like messing around with this little plastic rubber cover, and it's gonna make a big noises. Anyway. what was I saying? Yeah, so. Oh, the biosphere. Because the biosphere is on St. Helens Island, which is basically an island that was created after the Expo 67, because they built it because I think it's Drapeau, if I'm not mistaken, the mayor of Montreal was John Drapeau at the time, and he took, I think so, could have been Duplessis. Wait, no, was Duplessis or something else? I know John Drapeau. Anyway, I know that they took the dirt from building the, or digging out the metro, plopped it in the river, or in the ocean, the water, and built St. Helens Island with it. Like a full island made of just dirt from the metro that we created. Anyway, in like the 50s, I think, or 60s, and then 69 came the Expo. Anyway, it was on that island with La Ronde, which is also unveiled at Expo 67. In my opinion, I love Expo 67. Expo 67 stuff is cool as heck, man. My dad went to Expo 67. My mom also went to Expo 67. My mom was like, was like 9 or 10 years old at the time, 8 or 9 or 10 years old. So, anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so cool stuff. Anyway, so yeah, there's that cool museums. I love museums. Biodome, the Biosphere, the Antiquarian Planetarium. What else is there? There's I need a new camera here. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it doesn't want to like load any of my pictures. I have some pictures that are just black from this camera. Anyway, if you have any recommendations that are under $200, I'll take one. I'll take them. Also, if you want to support me on Patreon and see better quality footage, go for it. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, it was really cool. My dad went there like multiple times. Yeah, it's great. That was the Expo World's Fair, the Canadian Canada World's Fair, or one of the Canadian World Fair anyway. There were multiple, I think, 2, somewhere in BC or Alberta or something. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so museums are like my favorite thing ever. They're so good. But yeah, they're great in my opinion. I love museums. Yeah, you want to get to my heart, bring me to a museum. Cool museums, any cool museums. Oh, then the ones that I went to all in America, which is all I basically did. I didn't go travel to do anything like actual traveling. I went to go into museums. I went to Gettysburg and did all the Gettysburg Civil War museums, Civil War battlefields and museums and such. I did the Washington D.C., all that stuff. The Smithsonian's, a few of the Smithsonian's, the American History and the Air and Space. I did the Philadelphia Aeronautical Museum, nautical I think it was, so like boat museum. That was cool. I didn't do anything in New Jersey though, surprisingly enough. I didn't do anything in New Jersey because my mom wanted the beach, and so at Seaside Heights. So I was like, "Look, Mom, you can do whatever you please." And so I liked the beach. I was fine with it. It's the ocean. It's the kind of ocean where you look out and you cannot see the end of it, and it just looked trippy. It's like, whoa, where? It just like messes with your mind. You're like, whoa, this doesn't end. It's kind of like if you're going high enough up on the ground, and everybody looks so tiny, and you're like, oh. Anyway, this might be very windy. So if it is windy, I'm sorry, but it's supposed to be hot today. But I don't know when, because it's like kind of cold. Honestly, it's kind of cold. It's kind of cold. I mean, not particularly cold. Like, it's not winter. I don't need a coat on. But damn, that's like not warm. Not very warm. That's not cold. Super cold, but it's not warm. I wouldn't consider this like warm. Yesterday in the sun was hotter than right now in the sun, but that's okay. It will get hot. I can tell you that much. It will get hot. And usually we have snow. We have snow, but we had like one last snow in April. Because like 2019, I don't know if you remember, 2019 was like the most freezing thing ever. It was so cold. And then it had a snowstorm in April, and it just, we were out for almost a week. No electricity. It was crazy. Anyway, that's not the point. I digress. I was saying museums. And then I went to New York. I went to, I don't know any museums in New York. What did I do in New York? Oh, I went to a lot of like tourist attractions. I was showing this on a stream two nights ago. I went to the biggest Toys R Us, the Nintendo store, the Lego store. We went to the Gozer building from Ghostbusters, and we went to the what's the other one called? Ghostbusters Firehouse, which I said in that thing too. Like Duncan's toy chest in Home Alone 2, they're not filmed inside that place, which I'm like, the other one's filmed in like Kentucky or Connecticut or something, or Illinois or something, some Midwest town, not New York, definitely not New York. Yeah, no. Anyway, I like Lost in New York though. I like it a lot. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so personally, New York was not my favorite place. It was cool. We didn't go to Statue of Liberty. It was being under construction. We went to the Empire State Building, but we didn't go up it. And we didn't go to the Night Museum, which we should have. But anyway, I didn't really care for Night Museum. Night Museum 1, decent movie. Night Museum 2, fantastic movie. Smithsonian, Battle of Smithsonian. Night Museum 3, I saw it in 2017, I think, or 16. No, sorry, 2015, I think it was. Or 2014 even. Anyway, I saw it, and it was decent, I guess. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was what it was. It was okay. It was fine. I saw it in theaters. I saw the first one and the third one in theaters, and the second one I did not. I actually saw it pirated on my from my cousin. He like pirated the movie, and we watched it online. I don't condone piracy, but hey, if you can't afford anything, or okay, there's two ethical, in my opinion, my ethics, moral, ethical ways of pirating. It's they don't offer something. So let's say Nintendo doesn't offer. For the longest time, Nintendo never had a way of playing ever outside of a outside of a GameCube to play Mario Sunshine, right? Super Mario Sunshine. So I don't care. I'm fine. I don't give a damn. Pirate the hell out of it, right? And then there's the one where it's like, if you're not making money off of these things, what's your problem? I get that you can technically do that and say, no, I don't want you to be pirating my intellectual property. Sure. My property, my stuff. Sure. But I don't think Atari is going to crap all over you for pirating their Atari 2600 games. I'm sorry. I don't think ColecoVision or Intellivision or Nintendo is going to care if you pirate their, like, NES games. It's if you, like, pirate the like Switch games or pirate, PC games that are like new, or PS4 or PS5 or whatever, or Xbox One or Xbox Series X, Series X or S, whatever. Then we get to the point of, okay, now you're getting to the point of like, no pirating. Oh, we're pirating movies or pirating whatever. I used to pirate. Technically, it's pirating, but I used to get PDFs of books, which is pirating. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. No, it's pirating. I don't really care. It's like one of those whatever, but yeah, it's pirating technically. But anyway, I don't condone piracy, but if there's no legal means to do so, go for it. I don't care. Also, ethically, I don't care about emulation. I said Emma. Emulation is not. Okay. Like, Emu Paradise shutting down was one of the worst things ever for the emulation community, because it's like, oh, the good, safe. It's the safest place to go. Now you have to use like a extension, like a Chrome extension or an extension in your browser extension to get it to work. Which, I mean, hey, look at that. Listen to that. That's a, I believe that's a fire truck and a police car. Anyway, so yeah, in my opinion, I have no problem with emulation. That's a fire truck right there. If you can hear it, I don't know if you can, but yeah, that's my opinion. I don't care about emulation. You get to experience games you never thought you'd play. Like, there's so many games that I never want. Little Samson or NWC or Stadium Events or any of those Flintstones Surprise Dinosaur Peak or Panic Restaurant or any of those expensive games ever. Even the games that are like $40, $50, like Contras and stuff such. It's like I'm not the only. I don't only use it because it's free. I use it because the things are damn expensive, and I don't want to pay for. I'm not paying $300 for a Panic Restaurant. No, hell no. Or $25,000 or $100,000 for frickin' Nintendo World Championship card. No thanks. It'd be a cool thing to find, but no way. Oh, if I found it in a bag, somebody was selling it at like a garage sale, I wouldn't tell them at all. I would buy it. Because that's the thing, Gary Vanderchuck. Well, I was gonna say about his garage sailing, but I just want to make a point. I want to just say something right now. I don't like that man talking about NFTs and the fact that, because he thinks NFTs are going to be like the internet back in the day. Nobody thought they were going to be a thing. The internet's not going to be a thing. No one's going to want to buy things off the internet. And he made a wine, like, basically a wine on demand, like, buy wine online. And everybody, I think his dad or him or someone told him, terrible idea, don't do it, it's a bad idea, right? But then, he did it, and everybody buys things online. Like, I don't know the last time I went out and like bought certain things. Like, I buy certain things still because I need to go physically see them. Clothes I will never buy online. Food I will never buy online, like from whatever. But you know, whatever, it's fine. Over the thing. Yeah. So anyway, he's talking about like garage sales, and I'm like, yeah, garage sales are a very good way of making money. They are. You know why they're a very good way of making money? Because you can skip. You can grab the greatest stuff for like the cheapest prices. And his technique is you lowball them to a point where you don't say 15. You don't say they want 20. Don't say 15 because they'll be like, yes. No, you say like 20. You say like 5, and then they'll be like, no, that's crazy. And they say, okay, well, what about 10? No, 12. Done. You saved someone. Anyway. Yeah, they're good. They're good. I mean, depending on what you buy, obviously. Because mangas are worth money. Hot Wheels are worth money. Stuffed animals are worth money. Video games are worth money. Magazines are worth money. What else is worth money? Coins are worth money. Stamps are worth nothing. What bird is that? Oh, gosh. Anyway, so lots of things worth money. Matchbox, Hot Wheels. Lots of money. Worth lots of money. So there are lots of things you can find in there. A little, like, knick-knacky kind of, like, whatever. Some knickknacks are worth a lot of money. You know, neon signs and different things worth lots of money. But other than that, oh, you can find like military stuff sometimes. I want to go to an army surplus store and get a good. If you know a good cheap pair of like military grade binoculars, I'd spend like $50 on a binocular pair. I don't want to spend like $150 or $300. You know. I know that if you want like military grade, as in like what the army uses, it can be upwards of $10,000. And I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not spending that kind of money. But, you know, it is what it is. It's military grade, so what do you want, right? In my opinion, I don't... Excuse me. Really care. Like, I'm not spending the money. I know it's worth money, but... Like it costs that much because it's military grade. I went on a website that sells, like, resells military grade equipment, or sells military grade equipment, and I went in binoculars, I'm like scopes, right? Or, like, night vision goggles are all expensive as hell. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so in my opinion, yeah, I want a good pair of binoculars. So if you know a good pair of binoculars under about $100 or $200 or $200, I'll look into it. Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah. So yeah. So that's what I want to do there. How did I say the binoculars? Oh yeah, things you can buy find at garage sales. That's the thing. Still the best way to find stuff. Flea markets have gotten to the point where people think they can sell them for a lot of money. The minute, because if you ever watch Pat Conchi and he talks about flea markets, right? And he talks about how the death of flea market was 2012 when everybody got a smartphone and eBay opened up to them and they can like look at it right there and be like, I can charge $400 for something that's worth $50, or $100 for something that's worth like $10. It's like. And video games are the worst. Toys and video games, because everybody thinks they're worth money. Also, it's that stupid thing where it's old. Just because it's old, they think it's worth money. And then you're like, it's not worth money just because it's old. It's not how life works. But they do that, and it's like, oh, well, you know. Oh, yeah. No, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Stop it. Whatever. Look, I don't care. I don't sell a lot of stuff. I try to sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Also, he makes a point once, Gary Vaynerchuk. He talks about like how we hate how like older, boomers kind of people, millennials. They hate boomers hate like how millennials and like Gen Z and Zoomers and whatever you want to call them, Gen X, whatever, Gen boopy doo hoopy doo whatever the Gen's called now, hate things like them loving Facebook or like social media. But then you're like, or like the internet in general. But then they're like, yeah, but you sell your crap on Facebook Marketplace, or eBay, or Kijiji, or Amazon, or Craigslist. Like, yeah. yeah, that's pretty true. It's not far from the truth. So, wow. Okay. So yeah, I'm not saying it's awful, but what I'm saying is it's yeah, I understand what you're saying. Don't crap all over it and then go and use it. So anyway, that's not the point. The point is things just because it's old, they think it's worth money. It's like, especially the fact that like usually when you're coming to a flea market, you used to be able to get those people who would sell a table. They'd have a table, right? And they would just try and sell. It was like a moving sale or a getting out of like I need to remove this quickly kind of table. Those are all gone. Everybody's doing it now. It's like a job or like I know it's worth money now. It's like yes. I had to get this because I like scratched my screen on one or lens on one of my on one of the two cameras on there, the front one I think, and it's just bad. Like you can see it in a 360 photo, so you have to go in there and like heal the section. It's fine. It's not the worst, but this is great. And then in the cold, there's like a body piece of basically a condom. Slip over the top of it, flip over the top of it, right? And it's good for the cold. The heat, forget it. This thing overheats like no one's business. Use it for like 20, 30 minutes and it just craps on me. It's bad. Also, the battery's just bad because I've been using it so much. But anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, just because it's old. But you still get those at garage sales where it's like, I just need to get out. Or if you're working in like a secondhand store, you'll usually get people coming in, or like a video game, like a used video game store, like a retro video game store. You just get that whole thing of people coming in saying, I don't care what I get for it, I just want it gone, and you give them like $50 or $100, and they're like, oh great, I don't care, because it's moving. I'm not bringing all my stuff, and it's like a box or two boxes or something. But like that's precious space in a moving van or a plane or something. You're like, I'm not bringing this with me across the country. Goodbye, bye bye, out, whatever. Like that's what Ian used to talk about on the CU podcast. He used to talk about the fact that people would just walk in sometimes and be like, I don't really know, I don't really care, can I just get rid of it? I'm moving to the other side of the country or the other world, and I don't want any of this with me. And and he would be like, yeah, I can give you like $50 or $100. He's like, great, I'll take it. And he takes it and he's gone. To me, I think it's the best part about retro video games is like when you find gems that are worth millions of dollars, hundreds of dollars, in boxes of things that people just want to get rid of. It's like, I don't care. I'll take $50. I don't give a damn. It's like, wow, really? It's like, yes. It's like, wow, okay. That's pretty good. It's like, it is pretty good. So in my opinion, that's where you go. You go to garage sales, because flea markets around me don't have very much stuff. I remember there's one up north which has a lot of cool things, like if you want like hunting equipment, knives, camping gear, that kind of stuff, right? Then there's one, I think, there's one near me, but in like a shopping center, but it's really cheap crap. Like, let me be honest, it's really cheap crap. Then there's one downtown, I think, or near the east end of Montreal, I think, near like the Olympic Stadium. Um, yeah, and so and then there's one, I think there's one other one. That's it. Oh no, is that a wasp nest? I hope not. That'll suck. That's a wasp nest in the crevice of, because my house kind of goes like this, right? Got like the A, like this, right? And then right in there is a, looks like a wasp nest. I don't know, maybe it's old. My mom's like not allergic, but she really does react to being stung by bees or wasps. I don't. I was stung last summer in like probably like early July or like late June, and like my thumb did not really swell up too badly. It was bad, and it was painful as heck. But after the pain subsided, I was just like, oh yeah, wow, this is really just swollen. Anyway, yeah. So there are some flea markets near me, but I don't think flea markets. There's a specific time. Okay, there's a specific time when garage sales come out, and that's about September or like late August. And there's like garage sale season when like old grandmas are trying to get rid of their kids' stuff or their grandkids' stuff, or parents are trying to get rid of their kids' stuff because they just moved out, and bam, you hit the mother load. You hit the mother load. You hit the friggin' mother load. It's crazy how much you can find there. You can find so many good things there. It's crazy. You can find so many good things there. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. But, you know. Yeah, so, I mean, look. Do I think it's the best? Well, if you're trying to make money quickly, yes. Yes. Also, the other thing Gary says a lot is he says, you don't even need to invest a single dollar into any of this to make lots of money. You go on Craigslist or Kijiji, you go to the free section, or Facebook Marketplace, you go to the free section, they're selling free things. You then charge $10, $15, $20. You buy buy either a couch or a chair or something, or like a table, or a magazine stack, or video games here and there, or whatever, or chair, or whatever they're selling, right? Mini trampoline, whatever it is, right? Stuffed animal bag, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Bag of whatever. And you sell them $5, $10. You take that $10, you then have $10 to then go, okay, now I can buy something for $10. Take that $10, you sell it for $20, and you just keep doing this like 20, 40, 70, 80, 90, 150 bajillion, and then you're eventually, you might be making, you know, huge bank, like be a millionaire anytime soon. But you can make a living out of it. You can make money out of it. A lot of people say that. Then you have money to go onto eBay, pay the eBay fees. Bam. I also watched this guy, I don't remember his name. He was making like he was showing lots of side hustles. He was like, can you make money off of making those, you know, those apps that say make money by playing my game, and you have to be playing the game. Then there was stuff like helium mining. I don't know what that really is. It's like cryptocurrency, I guess, of some sort. There's that one. Then there's the stuff like side hustles. Like, can you buy something on clearance somewhere, and then, you know, Walmart or Target or whatever, and then sell it, make a profit out of it? And then it was like, can you take a dollar store product and make it a big profitable thing? Because what he does is he like gets different accounts, like meme accounts or whatever accounts on like Instagram to promote these things, and he shows that it's possible if you invest a lot of, well, not invest a lot of money, but you invest some time into it and do it and invest money and time. And it's like, whatever. Look, I don't care. In my opinion, I don't think it's that bad, but I don't think you're going to make a lot of money that way. Selling something on eBay, Amazon, Kijiji, Craigslist, that kind of stuff, OfferUp, LetGo, those kind of places are not the worst idea. I sold a few things on Facebook Marketplace, so I made probably about $100 in about 2 years, so which is not good. But you know, what the heck kind of bird is that? There's so many birds near my house for some freaking reason. Look at that thing. Is that a seagull? No. No. I don't know what that is, but holy crow. Where is it going to? It's like flying in a circle. What the heck? I want to sell things on Etsy. I want to get a 3D printer. I found a 3D printer on Kijiji for $250, and I'm waiting for the guy to see if he'll take $100 for it. Probably not. I'll take it for $150. 200's like my max. I don't want to spend more than $200. I'm not spending $250. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I'd love to get a 3D printer and then 3D print things. Because you'd be surprised how many 3D printed pieces there are, right? Could you sell 3D printed schematics? I don't think so, eh? Like the code, the piece, the like code, whatever it is, the 3D model. I don't think so, eh? Maybe it's a thing. I don't know. Anyway, yes, I'd love to get a 3D printer. It's a Mega Zero, but what's it called? Oh, Cube, Cube, Mega Zero 2.0. Yeah, $250 is not bad. I want to get it. And then if you look right here, I don't know if you can see it, right? I don't think you can. Oh yeah, you can. Right here, the shed right here that my mom and my grandfather built from scratch. Pretty damn cool. Anyway, my grandfather was a cool guy. I have to tell the story of my grandfather's stuff someday. Anyway, my mom wants me to put it in there. Crack a window. Because my brother basically took the whole thing. It was sitting there as like storage for like the longest time, and then he decided. He asked my mom. He's like, "Can I take this building?" And she's like, "No." And he did it anyway because he's my brother and he does whatever he wants. Usually, he's such a like little schmuck. Like he just son of a bitch. He just did. Oh, sorry, son of a dingus. Anyway, he just did it and he was like, "I don't care," and he did it. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is he changed it into like his workshop, so I could place a 3D printer next to his lathe and then just build and then make things in it. Because he doesn't want it in my house because my brother's best friend's wife, right? Because he used to do it in his apartment, and his wife was like, "What is it? Idiot! You don't do this in the house." Because basically, what a 3D printer is, what I figured out a 3D printer is it's basically a hot glue gun for plastic. It like melts plastic, and the fumes go everywhere. And it's like, you don't do this in house, inside. What are you, nuts? Anyway, so I want to get a 3D printer and sell things on Kijiji or a button maker. You know, like a button maker, and you just like make buttons. That'd be cool. Honestly, I think that'd be cool. My brother said, "Yeah, you can sell these things online. Sure." You know, sell them online. So I'm like, it's great. Yeah, I could. My mom said you could also sell things online. You gotta look up how to sell them. And I'm like, well, look, in my opinion, I want to sell things on Etsy. Although I might make a website one day. I have like 2-3 websites that I tried making that didn't really go anywhere because nobody really. So. Oh yeah. So. So yeah, this is my opinion. It's like, don't tell me it's not recording anymore. No, it's recording. Okay, good. Whew. So yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to sell things on Kijiji or Etsy sorry, Etsy, not Kijiji. Etsy. I tried selling on Kijiji, but they have like this. No, you don't have to pay a fee, but if you want people to see things, you have to like pay for more advertisement, which is fine enough for me. You could do that on Facebook too. You can buy more advertisement. It's just my problem is I don't. God dang it! It's so windy. It's so dang windy, man. Kite flying weather, man. It's freezing. First of all, in this wind, the wind's cold. The sun is hot. The wind's cold. Anyway, so yeah, how long is much longer? About 10 minutes. So yeah, I want to sell things on Etsy. My brother sells wooden things. He makes out of wood. He sells acrylic pens and wood stuff on Etsy. Cool stuff, man. I go on Etsy every so often just to look and see what they have. Cool things on Etsy, but like boutique prices for some of them. I'm like, oh god. My mom wants to buy. It's basically a giant metal sock making machine. So you lock your wool into it and you just like crank it, and then it just eventually makes you your sock. Like makes you a sock. It makes like you can pump out these socks very easily. And so my mom wants to get one, but she doesn't know if they're expensive. Or she knows they're expensive, but she doesn't know if she can get like cheap wool. Because the wool's gonna be the problem of like, she thinks she can like sell them $30-$40 and then make her money back in like 5 or 6 or 7, maybe 10 socks, and then just be making bank. Because she knows people who does it. She knows knitters who do it, and they're all like, and then it's decent. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Like it's good. But my thing is it's yeah, you'd have to like find out if you can get. Because I told her, yeah, well, I looked at bulk patches for something, and I got like $1.25 each patch, and she's like, that's not bad. The thing with her is she doesn't know if she can find like bulk wool. She doesn't know if she can buy like 150 million, bajillion yards of wool, feet of wool, or like balls of wool, 50 balls of wool. So she doesn't know if she can get them for like cheap. Although, like I wouldn't be surprised. She wants quality though. She doesn't just want like Chinese crap, right? She doesn't want Chinese crap wool. She wants actually good wool. I don't blame her. She wants quality. She doesn't want to be one of those people who sells like absolute garbage product. Like me, I don't want to sell garbage product. I want to see samples. I want to see this. They're still pestering me on AliExpress. Did you find what you're looking for? Did you find what you're looking for? I'm like, leave me alone. I'm done. I didn't come back for a reason. I didn't come back for a reason. Stupid people. Anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, personally, I want to sell like stuff on Etsy. So that's the thing. My mom wants to sell stuff on Etsy. She knows she can make socks, but she doesn't know if she can like get the cheap wool. Which I mean, I don't blame her. I wouldn't know if you can sell cheap wool, but make the cheap wool. But anyway, I need to actually hold this because I'm going to actually be turning it off in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to be able to click the button when I get it. I'm not going to go like this. I want to do this. Anyway. Now it's hot with the sun. And then when the wind comes around, it's cold. Very bizarre. Very, very bipolar. Very bipolar. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom pretty soon. Because, like, I'm in that stage of... You know in that stage where you're like, I got to pee really badly. But it, like, comes and goes. Like, right now, I'm in that coming and going stage where it's like... Wow, it's like... And it's gone. You know, like, that feeling is gone. And you can last... I can last a long time in that state where it's like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom so badly. It's like... like, and it's gone. Like, it's like, oh, that feeling is gone. Anyway, so yeah. So she doesn't know if she can get cheap wool. So I think you could. Why not? Farms must sell wool at, like, at bulk prices. Come on. At wholesale bulk prices. Buy, like, 500 balls of yarn for, whatever, $10 or something. Something stupid. 1,000 for $10. Something stupid like that. So I wouldn't be surprised. See, but she wants good quality wool, not cheap crap. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I'm just saying, like, I would too. You know, I'd want wool that lasts, isn't crap, it doesn't bleed, doesn't whatever. Anyway, that's the third plane I've seen fly over here in like 45 minutes. It's crazy. In 36 minutes or 37 minutes, almost about. So yeah. So I mean, look. Selling things the internet is kind of saturated with things, because the things I wanted to sell, which were perler beads, right? You know perler beads, right? They're the things like little things you melt, like little beads that you melt together. I asked my brother, he's like, yeah, you could sell them. And he's like, yeah, but you have to find a good... I said, yeah, but is the market saturated? And he goes, no. You just have to find an angle to what you're selling. Like, find a niche, find a way to make it cool. I'm like, of course I would. But my idea didn't really work. Because I realized, or my mom told me, that won't work, stupid. It was basically put perler beads on a patch. But the problem with that was you wouldn't be able to wash the patch, you wouldn't be able to bend the patch, you wouldn't be able to fold the patch, you wouldn't be able to do any of that stuff. I'm like, oh, you suck. That was my one idea. Although the planes thing that was flying over, we do have an airport right around that direction. So it is. There's planes like I don't hear lots of planes at night. I used to hear lots of planes at night, not anymore. And then, because my best friend's, or say cousin, no, grandparents, live in Dorval, where the airport is. And then I have another friend who's in, I know someone in Point Claire, and they both say that's pretty. Well, the guy in Point Claire says it's decent. So you can hear it, but it's not that bad. Grandparents in Point Claire, they're so low you could throw a freaking tennis ball at them, throw a baseball at them. It's like legitimately like super low. Like he's so close to the airport, it's crazy. I wonder if he ever got his car, because he has his dad's truck, and then his grandfather gave him his, when he turned 18, he gave him his like Volkswagen Samba bus, I think, or Volkswagen. No, it wasn't Volkswagen necessarily. It was just like a. It was like a camper bus. And he said he was going to go and get his license, and then he was going to go drive Canada. He just drive until he ran out of gas with his friends. And I'm like, am I invited in that group of friends? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, what does that mean? Anyway, I wonder if he ever did that. Anyway, so yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, that's what I want to do. Anyway. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I've been doing lately, and what I want to do, and all that stuff. Like that best friend loved old cars. It had It had to be old. If his dad did not grow up with it, or use it, or love it, or whatever, he did not want it. Although he did eventually, right? He did eventually move on. Because his dad used to hate animes. Because, okay, I don't blame him. If your whole experience of animes, right, experience of animes is Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and crap like that, where big-eyed, crazy, crappy animes, yeah, it's gonna be crap. But the problem is, he never watched the good animes, and then he got into good animes way later, and then it was like, oh my god, animes are so much better than they used to be, or there are good animes, and I kind of went, yeah, Brett, yeah, man, of course there are good animes. You know, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh are not the only animes. I watched good animes as a child. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh. I watched Pokemon, which are also good animes. He just didn't consider them good animes. I watched Dinosaur King, which is not a great anime, but I don't even know if it's an anime. I think it was. Might not have been. It might have been a kids WB show. What else was there? There was Beat 'em On. I didn't watch Digimon. I watched, what else did I watch? Megas XLR was a pretty good one. There were some pretty good ones I actually watched as a child. What did I watch that were animes? Oh, Hamtaro was a good one. So yeah, I watched some good animes. And he was like, oh my god, there are good animes. And I went, yes, there are good animes. Man, don't go saying all animes are Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. There are good animes. He even watched Megas XLR as a child. So, anyway, he could see, okay, here's the stupid thing that I thought was like, no way. You're schwitting with me right now. You do not think. He thought Transformers animated was an anime. He also considers Avatar, The Last Airbender, an anime. I'm like, it's not an anime. Anime is Japanese. It has to be Japanese. Like, doesn't. There are Quebec animes. No, an anime is produced in Japan. There can be dubbed in English, but it has to be produced in Japan. And he's like, no, it doesn't. And my other friend who's like, anime is like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Anime. Japanese animation. It's a Japanese word for animation. Anime is a Japanese word for animation. Which, I mean, yeah, okay, fine, sure, if you're going to go with that, then everything's an anime. No. Then, yeah. It's an art style, not a regional thing. It is dum-dums, but anyway. So, yeah, yep. So, yeah. Again, he's the best friend, like me, who was homeschooled. And for the first few years of being homeschooled, like, should have been in school, we were watching so much TV, it was insane. From 7 a.m. to about 4:30 a.m. Then we'd stop for about an hour. Then we'd eat supper at about 6. Then we'd go back at like 6:37, and we'd watch till 9 probably. Like, that was legitimately our entire day for about 5 years. It was unhealthy. I'm surprised I have any brain cells left. Like, I'm surprised it didn't rot my brain to the core. Like, it was bad. It was bad. So, I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm not saying I shouldn't, like, I didn't enjoy it. Of course I did. But what I'm saying is I should have been doing a lot more school stuff. Then, when I got to high school, I did all the high school, you know, I graduated, passed high school, and that's all the past now. I didn't go to college. I don't think college is useful for me. Unless I want to go to, like, film school, or animation, or coding, or audio engineering. I don't think I'm going to go to college. I might. There's still a chance. There's like a small chance that I'd go. So, anyway, I think that's going to be it for now, guys. So, yeah. Again, in the description, there's the Patreon. If you want to ask a question, there's the email, tacoimposters@gmail.com. There's the Discord, too. There's, yeah, so, yeah, tell me what to do with this camera, tell me what to do with my YouTube channel, tell me what games I should play, tell me what videos to make, tell me what I should do, how I should do it, how to get done, yeah, I think that's about it. I stream almost every day on my other channel, my second channel, and just my name, Angela's channel, just my name. You can probably find it. It's got a picture of a taco on it, so I think that's going to be it for now, guys. So, I mean, think that's it. So, adios, mi amigos.